Hey Leo, my name's Ray. Welcome to my channel. This will be a yearly reading for 2022. We'll be pulling 12 cards, one for each month of the year. For those of you who want to hear about their love life, I'll also pull 4 Romance Angel Oracle cards, one message for winter, one for spring, one for summer, and one for fall. Please keep in mind that there might be an overall theme, but the messages that come through might also be a mixed bag because we're zooming out with a wide lens, so to speak. Now, without further ado, let's get started. What does 2022 look like for Leo? What is Leo's love message for 2022? Starting the reading in January, you have the Two of Wands here, Leo. You might be making some sort of big decision in January. This could be in regards to business. Some of you might have more than one job offer coming in, and you're just trying to figure out which one will get you further in your career, which one will get me where I want to go. Some of you could be juggling multiple business ventures right now. And you're trying to figure out which one is more stable, which one you should stick with. You're thinking about exploring your prospects, okay? You're trying to figure out which one of these choices is going to help me advance. For some of you, you could be choosing between more than one love offer, especially with this keep an open mind message in your winter. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So for some of you, I feel like this might be an unconventional choice for some of you. If you're just, it might not even be multiple offers. You could just be choosing whether or not you want to be with this person or you want to stay single. And I feel like this person isn't normally the kind of person that you would date, which is why you're kind of struggling with this decision. Well, I don't know if this person is commitment potential. They give me a weird vibe. They're not what I'm used to. We're so different. Like, I feel like you're making excuses in your head. And for some of you, there could be some self-sabotage going on here, some fear of making this decision. But universe needs to tell you that you just need to keep an open mind, even if this is about your career. Even if you don't end up in like the ideal career that you wanted, that's still going to get you somewhere. You're still going to learn from that position. You're still going to be making money from that position. And I feel the need to tell you this as well. Whenever this Two of Wands comes up, I always have to relay this message. Fate and free will do not work against each other. They work together. Okay, you're at a crossroads. You're going to turn left or right. Choose now. Okay, let's say you turned left and you end up at the beach. If you chose to turn right, you end up in the forest. Both paths had their own destination. You see what I mean? The universe has plans for you all the way from A to Z. They're never going to lead you down a path or present you with a choice that's going to get you nowhere. Can you clarify the Ten of Swords for me, please? Why does Leo have the Ten of Swords in February? In February, you have the Ten of Swords clarified by the Eight of Cups. For some of you, especially with you making this decision in January, some of you could be deciding to quit your job or break up with whoever you're currently in a relationship with, or energies could be reversed. You could be getting fired, you could be getting dumped. For some of you, there could involve some sort of like backstabbing or betrayal. And it's scary, okay? Change is scary, especially when it's an unexpected change, especially if you're not choosing to leave this behind. But I feel like, again, remember what I just said with that Two of Wands. Just because you don't end up where you expected to end up doesn't mean you're not going anywhere, okay? I feel like you need to just focus on healing in February and try to see the positive side of the situation. You see how this character has turned their backs on these spilled 8 cups, but they're looking at something better. They're looking towards their future. They're not holding on to the past, okay? You need to just focus on accepting that whatever this was not meant to be, or was only meant to be for a short time. Try to think about, what did I learn from this situation? How can this make me a better person, a better version of myself, so that I can end up in an even better place next year than I was this year? Like 1 year from now, what do I want my life to look like? When I look back at where I am now, will I be happier? How can I make that happen for myself? And I feel like this is you walking away from what no longer serves you, whether it be like a toxic work situation or a toxic person. You're letting them go. Okay, you're abandoning this. Can you clarify the Five of Swords for me, please? Why does Leo have the Five of Swords in March? Clarifying the Five of Swords in March is the Hierophant. You could be dealing with a Taurus, and what's interesting to me is we have the Hierophant twice here from 2 different decks. The Hierophant pops up again for you in June, Leo. But the message that I'm getting with this card is that there could be some sort of deception around you in March. For some of you, it could have to do with your workplace. You might just work in a very high stress environment. But for some of you, I feel like this is a controlling boss or a difficult coworker, somebody who's just making your work life very difficult for you. Somebody who's just not cooperating, somebody very argumentative. I don't know why this person has it in for you, but they just make it very difficult for you to do your job. And I feel like that could be what's stressing you out here. For some of you, especially with this Ten of Swords, Eight of Cups in February, this could be about a relationship. Even if you've already broken up in February, I feel like this person might try to come back around in March, but I don't feel it being a successful reconciliation because they're still coming at you with this Five of Swords attitude. I feel like this person is just trying to stir up drama, especially because they see you moving on, they see you moving forward, they see you in a higher place, okay, with this Hierophant card, and I feel like they're jealous. They don't like that. And again, I feel like this is just confirming for you, like, okay, you clearly have not changed. Thank you for showing me that I made the right decision in letting you go in the first place. I'm going to keep doing me. Have a nice life. And again, I feel like this is just reinforcing that message for you that whether a situation in general or a work, that whatever the situation, whoever this person is, you just need to let go of what doesn't serve you. Don't feed into this energy. This person is not worth your time, your energy, and your attention. In April, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Some of you could be starting a new job in April, especially if there's a lot of drama with you exiting a position up here. And with this worth waiting for card, divine timing as at work in your love life, I feel like for some of you, you're just very focused on yourself in April. Even if all this drama in February and March is about a breakup and not necessarily losing a job, I feel like you're just very focused on your personal growth in April, your sense of stability and security. And for some of you, that could be literal. Doing work on your home, providing for your family if you have kids, studying really hard if you're still a student, focusing on your education, especially because April is also exam season, focusing on your career, your finances, and I feel like you've just reached this sense of acceptance in the spring where you're like, you know what, I don't have to deal with this shit, I'm going my own way, I'm doing me, and maybe I'm just not meant to find a person right now, but that's okay. You know, I feel like you've just kind of reached a point of acceptance where you're like, I'm just doing me right now. Whatever's meant to be will be. And I know that when this person comes my way, they will be worth waiting for. That doesn't have to be right now, but I'm okay with that. And I feel like in the meantime, in this period of pause, when you're taking like time out from dating or whatever, you're still feeling very accomplished. You're still feeling very confident about yourself because you're goal-oriented in April. You're focused on your accomplishments. You're focused on your achievements. In May, you have the World, and you've reached the end of a cycle in May. And again, I feel like with this Eight of Pentacles up here in April, this is the ending of like a personal cycle, of a healing cycle. I feel like you've let go of this situation, this person, whatever the hell this is, in February and March that's going on. And by May, you're over it. May is also about achievement. So especially if you're getting a new job in April, you are starting to see your hard work paying off. You are starting to see the fruits of your labor. You are starting to feel more financially stable because you've been working really hard throughout all of April in order to get to this World card in May. Some of you could even be making travel plans. But again, I'm getting that message of acceptance in terms of like emotional healing, emotional achievement. You're over it. And with this worth waiting for card, I feel like you've reached a point where even though I'm not dating anybody right now, I'm okay with that. You're just doing you. You're feeling confident. You're staying in your financially independent and emotionally independent single person energy. And that's just what you're focused on in the spring. In June, you have the Hierophant again. Could be dealing with a Taurus. And with this playfulness card here as your summer love advice message, to recapture romance, allow your youthful inner spirit of fun to shine. I feel like you might start getting back out there in the summer, and some of you could be meeting somebody new, somebody that could lead to some major long-term commitment. Somebody secure, somebody stable. And again, I feel like in the June, you're still just kind of feeling each other's vibes, right? Because this is a whole new person. You're still just feeling very playful with them. Some of you, especially with that like independent energy that I'm getting with the Eight of Pentacles and the World card, you might not even necessarily be thinking about settling down or committing right away once you start dating again. I feel like for a lot of you, this person kind of comes at you out of nowhere. Like you didn't really expect to meet somebody that you connect with so well. Like I just started dating again, you know what I mean? Like I didn't expect this kind of connection, but it does have a long-term commitment potential. And I feel like because you've been so independent in the spring, in April and in May, because you've been so focused on yourself and you're staying in that high vibe, it's like universe is rewarding you for your efforts. Wow, look how independent you've become. Look how much of a good job you're doing. You know what you deserve? You deserve a person. In July, you have the Temperance card, and this is a yearly reading, so I'm getting a few messages here. Bear with me, I'll go through them one by one. For some of you, following from that Hierophant in June, I feel like this could be the two of you making more of a commitment, deciding to be exclusive, taking things to the next level. And I feel like some of you could be dealing with a Sagittarius, by the way. But the two of you kind of balance each other out. You know, this is a very stable connection. You feel very comfortable in each other's presence, especially with that playful energy. The two of you just, like, this person makes you feel so light and airy and childlike. Not childish, there's a difference, okay? Childlike is fun, is playful. Childish is just immature, that's the difference. But this person makes you feel very childlike, and I feel like there is a sense of balance between you. As a second message for some of you, there could be a past person trying to come back around in July. It's up to you whether or not you want to reconcile with them, of course. But this is a pretty positive reading overall, aside from the drama that's going on up here. So if you're waiting for somebody to come back around, I feel like there is potential. There is potential for the two of you to rebuild this relationship, especially if it's whoever the hell you were dealing with in February and March. And it might be for some of you, if this is about like some sort of like breakup situation. Third message I'm getting for some of you, for those of you who have health issues, I'm not saying like you're going to catch COVID this year, okay, don't panic. But for those of you who already know that you have some sort of health issue like asthma or allergies or whatever it may be, just make sure to watch that. Okay, don't get lazy with your diet or don't like your workout routine or whatever it is that helps you stay healthy, because there could be some potential complications in July with your health, because this is a very healing energy, and sometimes that can also represent physical healing, like recovery from illness. And I'm hearing the same message with that Judgment card in November. So for some of you, you need to watch your health all the time in general, of course, but just be careful about July and November. For some of you, you could even just be catching a cold or something, especially in November when flu season comes back around again. In August, you have the Hanged Man. I'm also hearing for some of you, with this World card here in June, this new person coming in the summer could be very different from you culturally, or this could even be an interracial relationship. But that's just a side message for some of you. I feel like in August, you're starting to not see red flags, but have doubts about this connection, about where the two of you are going. But I do feel like this is self-deception, Leo. It might be the other person who's having doubts, so take it how it resonates. But I feel like in August, there's like a period of pause where the two of you just kind of feel stuck. And I feel like it's because somebody, it could be you, it could be them, somebody, I'm getting the message that somebody has this weird like defense mechanism where like this person craves emotional intimacy, but then once they get it, they feel uncomfortable. And that could be something that like stems from childhood. One of you might just have like an avoidant attachment style, like that could just be your love language. Or you might just be bad at expressing yourself emotionally, but like I feel like somebody here has this weird defense mechanism where once they feel more committed, once things start to like settle down, like this person loves the chase, this person loves the passion and the romance. Once the two of you start to settle into like a more comfortable routine, this person gets bored. But I'm not necessarily seeing a split here, which is interesting. So I feel like the two of you just kind of need to have patience with each other, or you need to have patience with this person. Or if this is you that tends to react to relationships this way, I feel like this person is going to be patient with you. Because I don't actually see the two of you breaking up, like, later in the year down here. I feel like this is just a speed bump in the road. But the two of you get through it. Because, again, I feel like somebody is just really overthinking this connection. Because this is just what they're used to. This is just how they act in relationships. Somebody could be dealing with a commitment phobe, too. Especially with this independent energy up here, especially if this is you, because you're so used to being independent, you're not really used to being tied down. For some of you, you could be the one that's like, oh, I don't know, the future is scary. But with this Hierophant card here and the Temperance card here, I feel like this is just doubt setting in, okay? But I don't feel like there's any real fear behind this doubt. Like, there's nothing for you to actually be scared of or for this person to actually be afraid of. They're just psyching themselves out, whoever this Hanged Man is. They're just overthinking. And they'll get over it eventually, because I really don't see the two of you splitting up. Starting in the fall, in September, you have the Nine of Cups. Your fall love advice is also stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. And I feel like that kind of ties into what I was saying with that overthinking in August. Stay optimistic about your love life, okay? Stay in this Nine of Cups energy, because the good news is, like I said, with this very stable, balanced connection here, there's no codependency in this situation. The two of you are very emotionally independent on your own. So when you bring two whole people together, you're not dependent on each other for happiness. There's no toxicity in this connection. I feel like this person is really good for you, Leo. As a side message, the Nine of Cups is also about pleasures, like your wish is my command, satisfaction guaranteed. So I feel like for some of you, there's also a very intense physical and sexual attraction in this connection as well. But when that doubt sets in with the Hanged Man there, you just need to keep thinking positive thoughts, okay? Don't psych yourself out. Don't overthink the situation, okay? Don't be paranoid. Don't see red flags that are not really there, okay? Some of you are just freaking yourself out. And I feel like it's because the future scares you. Again, this could be them that's freaking themselves out. But somebody just needs to learn to stay positive. Just because you're in a commitment does not mean that you're no longer independent. The two are not mutually exclusive. Learning to blend your life with another person's life does not mean that you're no longer your own person. Like, I think that way of thinking about relationships is stupid. Like, somebody in this situation is very much afraid of commitment because they don't like being tied down. Being like strapped to a chair is not the same thing as being in a relationship. October, you have the Four of Pentacles. Some of you could be very focused on money in October, on your education, your career, your finances, working on your home, saving up to make some sort of big investment, providing for your family if you already have kids. For some of you, this could also be emotional. Because of that anxiety and that self-sabotage getting in the way, somebody might be hanging back emotionally. And again, this person, whether you or them, might just not be very good at opening up, at expressing themselves emotionally. For some of you, this person's love language could also be like buying you expensive things or paying for things for you. And that's just the only way that they know how to show you that they care. So the two of you might just kind of have to find a balance between how you show each other that you care, especially if this person is not very like verbal in terms of affection. They might not say I love you very much, but this person has a different way of showing that they care about you by like going out of their way to do something for you. And the two of you might just kind of need to learn each other's language in order to find that balance in your relationship. That might be what this Hanged Man card is about. But again, I feel like somebody is hanging on to past energies here. Somebody might be falling into old habits. I'm too comfortable in this relationship now. It's time for me to run away. Stay optimistic about your love life. That's a very childish, immature way of thinking. Don't let fear self-sabotage your connection. In November, you have the Judgment card. I feel like for some of you, again, this could be past energies interfering. And starting in August, and then in October as well, there could be like tension building in this connection. And it's because somebody is falling into old habits. Somebody is getting scared. Somebody is overthinking the connection. Somebody's a little afraid of the future, afraid of commitment. And I feel like once that tension builds, there could be like an argument popping off between the two of you in November. But again, I feel like you just need to be patient with this person, with each other, with yourself, if you're the one who's got some past issues, especially if this is something that stems from childhood. Because I'm not seeing a split here. The two of you can still work through this together. And I feel like you're going to, because I'm not seeing a breakup. I'm seeing conflict. I'm seeing past energies interfering. But it can change your relationship for the better. And some of you maybe just need to be honest with this person, or the two of you just need to have that conversation about, this is what happened to me before, you know, my previous person treated me like shit, this is why I react this way. But I feel like this isn't something that you need to be afraid of, Leo. Even if it's the other person that has a little bit of baggage. Because the Judgment card is about healing old wounds and breaking those negative habits. And I feel like together, the two of you can do that. Stay optimistic about your love life. If you're constantly thinking negatively about it, then you're going to self-sabotage. And that's for you and them. In December, you have the King of Pentacles. You could be dealing with an Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But I'm feeling like this winter message is for the beginning of the year and the end of the year, because it feels like the two of you circle back around. Because this person is different from you, because this person is different from you, because you have different love languages or whatever, you need to remember to keep an open mind. I feel like this person is different than your usual type, but that's what helps balance the two of you out. Because you're so different, because you're like opposites. This person might not be what you expected, but I feel like this person is what you needed. This person gives you a different perspective. For some of you, this could just be another financial message. In December, you might shift your focus a little bit to your stability, your finances, your career, your education. But again, in terms of this relationship, I feel like for some of you, this person is telling you, hey, this is a long-term stable connection. This person is able to provide you with emotional security. So remember to stay optimistic and to keep an open mind. Because I feel like you're not going to see this person coming. And this person is going to change you. You're going to change each other for the better. Okay, Leo, I feel like your message has been received. Comment down below if this reading resonates with you and let me know what your situation is about. I do read the comments and will be liking and responding. Don't forget to like this video and click that subscribe button, that helps me a lot. If you want to join the fam, you can click that bell to be notified every time I post. You can now also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, where I will be posting announcements about new tarot readings. All of those links will be in the description box below. Thank you so much for 100 followers on Instagram, by the way. I know it's not a big number, but a year ago I didn't even have a channel. So I really do mean it when I say that I appreciate every single one of you. Either way, I'll see you here again at Raise Tarot. See you later.